Hey guys, in today's long-coming video, I'm going to be comparing two very similar yet distinctly different products. And if in case you don't know what I'm talking about yet, I'm going to be comparing these guys. As every MagFed player knows, these are first strikes. Longer range, more accuracy. We all love using it when we can. And yeah, anyways, I'm going to be comparing these guys to the new kid on the block. HS projectiles. These guys are based out of Europe. They're European manufactured, and basically it's their version of these guys. Now, cost-wise, quickly, for us North Americans, these guys are going to be, well, not way more expensive, but they are going to be more expensive than regular first strikes to bring in if you want to use them, just with shipping duties and whatnot. It's the way the maths work out, right? It's a little bit of a role reversal if you think about it, because before the Europeans all appreciate first strikes as much as we do, but for them to get it in and over there, I mean, with shipping and whatnot, it was expensive for them. Now, since they seem to have a more local supplier, it's a little bit of a role reversal. So these guys will still stay expensive for them, but these guys will be cheaper for them. And if we want to use these guys, that's going to be more expensive to use, and then the local guys are going to be a little bit more affordable. Not really affordable, but a little cheaper to use. Game plan with these guys. I will be starting off with the first strikes. I'm going to shoot 2 or 3 rounds to the target that I have set up in my backyard. Just to crony in, just to show what velocity they're showing at. I'll then take 5 or 6 rounds, shoot them towards the target, towards center mass, and see how the grouping works out. I plan to do the exact same thing with the HS projectiles. I'll shoot 2 to 3 to crony with, and then just to see if there's any difference in velocity between the 2 rounds, and then shoot 5 or 6 into a grouping and see how well I do. Now, just so you guys are aware, I will be shooting in my backyard. It is about 100 feet in width. I would love to be able to go to a field, but the closest field that would allow me to shoot these guys is about an hour and a half away, and with all honesty, it's a big production to do, and just can't squeeze that much time right now. Anyways, so yeah, backyard shooting it is. I don't have the fancy clamp in sort of vice gripped setup to be able to clamp in my marker once it's set on target and just pull the trigger 5 times. Just not in my repertoire of gear, but I do have a box and a table set up so that I can rest the marker on it and basically plink away as soon as I see, center target hit the reticle. Now, what I'll be shooting out of, I will be using a 14-inch autococker threaded Nemesis barrel, because that's what most of us use for first strikes. So may as well compare rounds with what we use, right? Now, the other thing is I will not be using my T15s. Those guys are a little out of commish for now, and until I get some T16s in, at least 1 or maybe 2, I will be using this guy, my EMF 200. It's probably for the better as it is, because these guys do shoot quieter, and being in the city and shooting in my backyard or plinking in my backyard, I guess quieter is better. Yeah, so anyways, I'll be using this guy. Velocity should already be set to 280, so it should just be literally just plug in and play. Yeah, so I'll be using this guy. When I come back next time, actually, when you guys see me next after I'm done babbling here, I'll have a couple things set up outside for you guys to see video of me shooting. I'll come back in and give you my results quickly and give you my opinion. My opinion is my opinion. You can take the data that I'm providing you and make your own decisions as to whether or not you think that these are worth the effort of bringing in, or just stick to what we have. If you think these are better, or if these are better, whatever, take the information I give you and come to your own conclusions. I'm not liable for anything. Meh. All right, anyways, I will stop babbling because I can tell I'm rambling, and I will see you in a bit when I'm outside. All right, well, like I said inside, I am now outside in my backyard. I have a crony, in case you can't see it, sitting right there. I am going to take the first 3 shots to around the target, not at the target, just to show you what they're shooting at. These are the first strikes. 280. 274. 280. Pretty consistent. All right. Put that down. Aim for center target. Pitter patter. And that's first strikes. We'll have a peek when we get closer. Next up, I'll do the HS projectiles. All right, round 2 with the HR projectiles. Here's my macaroni. We just sight in a little bit here. All right, shot 1, 274. Shot 2, 280. 278. One more for fun. 276. All right, get that out of the way. Go towards. I'm not going to go for center mass this time. I'm going to go in the bottom corner and just get the grouping for it. A little bit different from where the first strikes went. All right, 5 or 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. I'll bring in the camera in closer and just be able to compare and go from there. All right. Well, looking at groupings, this is the HR projectile stuff, and this is the first strike stuff. Now, I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groupings pretty tight. The HR projectile stuff is just about as tight. Maybe not quite, but I mean, you do have that one straggler first strike. That could be me. But all in all, I mean, I want to say it's comparative, at least at the 100 feet that I'm in the backyard. All right, test time. We've got some first strikes. We got the HS Tactical, and if I called them HR Tactical, I apologize. It's HS. I'm going to randomly pick. I've decided to only do 3 because I think that's more than enough. 3 randoms, and we'll set them up for squish time. No, not that guy anymore. 3. All right. Tuck that in a little closer just to make the camera be able to see everything. Get that out of the way. 3 random HR Tactical. HS Tactical. See, I knew I'd do that. 1, 2, 3. Set that guy aside. All right. Now, here's our force gauge. Turn this guy on. Let's set the units to, as soon as it wakes up, kilograms. And it's set to hit the peak or measure the peak in kilograms because I'm Canadian. I like metric. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it on the tip. Oh, and by the way, this meter comes with different option tips. It comes with a rounded blunt edge. It comes with like a flat screwdriver tip edge to it. I figured I just want to be able to break the domes and measure the force so I can compare the two just to get a ratio between what breaks compared to what. You know what I mean? Pointy will do the job, I guess. I hope. We'll find out. Well, actually, no, I did. Yeah. All right. Anyways, babbling. All right. Set on the first HS Tactical round. It is at 0. I am going to push as linear as possible and go from there. And it didn't measure shit. Oh, well, there it goes. You know what? I need to put that around really quick. Put that there. Take this off screen and gracefully remove it because it's kind of gooed up the tip itself. Let's try this again. Slippy little bugger. There we go. 0 the meter. 0 the meter, and pushing 13.22. That actually took a little bit of effort. 13.22 kilograms, by the way. I'm taking it off screen just because you can see it's all squished up together. I need to be able to remove it to carry on to the next. Wish I had a cloth with me. All right, 0 on the dome. 0 pushing. Wow, that took some gut. All right, 17.99 kilograms of force. Third and last guy. Again, HS Tactical rounds. 0, 0, and pushing. 15.25. All right, so what was that, 15, 17, and I forgot the first one already because, I'm old. I'll surmise in the next little bit of video. Let's go on to testing the first strikes. Let's go to 0. Let's clean off that tip a little bit more. There you go. Put that on the center of the dome because that's where it's going to impact. At 0 and pushing. Wow, that was way easier. That was 7.18 kilograms of force to actually break through the first strike. Ew. Messy. Next guy. 0. Still at 0, pushing. 6.86 kilograms of force. It's getting easier. All right, last one. Oh, this is all gooey. All right, last one. 0 it. On the dome. 0 and pushing. Wow, that got consistently easier. I don't know if it was just the rounds themselves. I mean, you know what? Because that was just weird. I'm going to do one more for giggles. 0. On the nipple. 0. 0. And pushing. Okay. 9.39. All right, that last one must have been like a one-off or whatever. Okay, anyways, 9.39. I don't remember the numbers because I haven't been writing down because, you know, my hands are kind of gooey. I will basically take this information and make a quick summary of it at some point and insert it into the video. But yeah, just a quick thought. The first strikes definitely are more brittle. They do break well, I don't say a lot more easier, but I would say minimally 50% easier breakage. Just by basing on the numbers on the first 3. And yeah, should be interesting. It makes me wonder how long ball shots are going to break, and if they do. All right, I'm going to leave this alone. I got some goo to clean up, and I will see you guys in a few. All right, it's opinion time. Okay, well, first and foremost, don't get me wrong, I love shooting first strikes. I really appreciate what they do for my game, for the game in general. I like shooting further. I like shooting more accurate. It makes me happy. At the same time, I also recognize the fact that the monopoly of shaped projectiles in paintball, it needs to end. There really needs to be a few more options out there, and I am super happy the guys at HS Tactical came out with these and are working on them and are I'm pretty sure they're still developing them, because I think there's a newer version of the round coming or came out. I don't know if I'm going to test those, to be honest with you. It's expensive to bring into North America, and I don't know if it's quite worth it yet. But besides that, I'm super happy they're on the market, because they need to be there. There needs to be a check for these guys on pricing, and hopefully both of them don't monopolize and go even higher, because that would be bad for us guys who love shooting these types of rounds. But with the HS Tactical ones, I think right now they're not my first choice. They're not my round to use, and my testing kind of will explain why. I mean, the grouping was great. I mean, the first strikes wound up shooting pretty much almost one on top of each other, except for the one stray shot. These guys shot within like 1 to 2 inches of a variance in grouping. I can live with that. This is only paintball. It's nothing real. It's game time. Like, it's fun time. If that 1 or 2 inches in grouping means that much to you, yeah. Besides the point, the plastic on these guys, I've mentioned it before, seems like they're thicker. They're more robust for sure. My pressure test, my force test, prove that. I mean, the numbers on the first strikes ranged anywhere from 5.86 kilograms of force to 7.18 kilograms of force. The HS Tactical went from 13.22 kilograms of force to 17.99 kilograms of force. That's, I don't know, I'll ballpark it, just for argument's sake, 40 to 50%, with the potential of 60% more force for these guys to break. I think they're great for short range to medium range gameplay. The accuracy will be fantastic. You know, you're not going to have as much of an arc. It'll shoot more straight. It'll be, you know what, it'll be almost like airsoft. But the long range shots, I don't feel confident that these guys will break. I think 40 to 60% of the time, these guys will hit their target, but not mark the target. Whereas these guys at the same range will hit their target and at least give them some sort of splatter to be able to be marked so they can be called out. So with that being said, I mean, is this for me? No. Cost-wise, to bring them in and import them, and the fact that they don't mark as easily as first strikes, I can't do it. And honestly, if field owners know that these don't break as easily, that'll make them even more hesitant. So Anyways, I'm glad there's competition on the market. I think these guys need a little bit more work. I think these guys need to realize that pricing needs to be a little bit more reasonable, especially nowadays because things are a little bit slower. People just aren't spending and aren't willing to. The potential of making money is there, it can't be as much. Again, my opinion. Take it as you will. I've given you whatever information I thought would be needed to help you make your decision, and hopefully you do. Yeah, I guess that's about it, because I'm going to ramble on. You know me, I can do that for a while. I guess that's about it, guys. If you got any problems, questions, or concerns, as always, post a comment, shoot me a PM. I will do my best to answer you as best I can. Take care, guys. Cheers.